Hey, so last year I wrote and directed a short film called It's a Stab. It was set in the Scream series, and it followed a group of teenagers being hunted down by killers, which turns out to be part of their friend group. It was a fun experience. I asked a bunch of my friends, hey, you want to be in the short film? And they all said no. I'm kidding, they said yes. And so we made it. Moderately low budget, probably cost $1,000 to make. We don't need to talk about that. It was fun to make, and I learned a lot during my first experience, not only directing but also writing, producing, acting, or if you can call that acting. And I just learned a lot. And so for my next project, I wondered, what should I do? I did set up a story for a sequel in case I ever want to do a sequel. But as time progressed, I realized I did not want to make a sequel because my sequel was more in line of what happens in a Scream sequel, which would be a family member getting revenge related to the past killer, and so I didn't do that. What I decided to do was not focus on a sequel until I decided to focus on a sequel. Anyway, I'm making a sequel. Long story short, that's what I'm doing. I finally put together a great story that I think people will enjoy. Even the motive is different. I would consider it's really different from other Scream movies, and I think it's really great. I really hope you think it's great as well, and I hope you could enjoy the sequel. If you enjoyed the first one, it's going to be even better. Let me tell you. So the story takes place in Chicago. We follow Veda, the survivor, really is because she's one of the killers that got away. And so we follow Veda, and she's in Chicago in a film school learning about acting, and my dog's here and has a whole new friend group and is currently in a short film. In this short film, it's meta. It's gonna be meta in this movie, by the way. The script is about 20 pages longer than the original, which I'm excited for. Hopefully you're excited for it. I wonder how long it will be. It'll probably be over an hour long, because last year's script was around almost 28 pages, I think almost 30, but the runtime was 42 minutes long, so this is around 50 pages, probably over an hour long. Can't wait for that. I might as well have just written a feature film. No, we don't have time to do that. Anyway, so new friend group. Let me tell you about the characters. In this film, Veda is more so of a victim, and she in a way gaslit herself into believing she's a victim because she's supposed to be a victim, even though she is one of the killers. And so because of that, she has a more victim mentality in this film, especially when she's being hunted down by a new killer, because she's grown a new friend group. She's grown a love interest I'll talk about in a bit, and it's all just terrible. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Veda's recast. Why? I'm not gonna tell you. Anyway, so if you wonder why Veda has a different face, yeah. I was gonna have a scene in the beginning, like what if she had bandages all over her face, and then she just takes them off, and then boom, new actress. But then I'm like, that's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna have a flashback to the first movie, and then put in the new actress, and then, yeah, it'll make it seem like, look, continuity. You're probably wondering, why are you even bothering making this movie if there's a new actress? Well, I already have other actors on board. Can't let them down. Plus, I want to make this movie. Plus, I said so. Speaking of the friend group, let's talk about them. So, without giving too much away, of course, we have Ashley Raimi. She's Veda's girlfriend. She is a really supportive character. I really enjoyed writing her. She's there to sort of make sure Veda doesn't go back to her killing path, and she's a lot of fun. Next we have Jean Brackett. She is badass. She is a substitute for Ramona, because unfortunately Ramona cannot be in this film due to personal reasons I cannot address, and because of that we sort of just substituted Jean in. But I do love Jean. I love she's sort of a badass character, the one who doesn't let things get to her, and is really cool. Again, without giving too much away, she's Ashley's childhood friend, so they're close. And not just that, her, Jean, and Veda are roommates. So, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this takes place in college. You're probably thinking, oh, another college sequel. Well, I don't want to do a 5-year time jump. I wanted to focus on college because, well, recently I was in college and I wanted to share my experience through my movie. Next we have Tamara Goth. She's really cool. She's another actress like Veda, and she's actually in the short film that Veda's in. Ashley and Jean aren't in the short film, but like, you know, that's why Tamara's in the friend group, because she's in the short film and they grew close on set. Anyway, she's really cool. She's really passionate about her goals. She is passionate about acting, filmmaking, all that stuff, and the short film they're making, which, okay, I'll tell you, it's called It's a Stab. Yep, I'm making a short film called It's a Scream, and in the movie they're making It's a Stab. It's meta. Okay, next characters are sort of a duo. Their names are Gavin Wayne and Warden Conop, and they're a duo. Gavin is the director of It's a Stab, and Warden's the screenwriter for It's a Stab. And yeah, they're directors, and they're filmmakers in this short film, and they're a lot of fun. If their names sound familiar, it's because they're based off of two people who actually exist. But legally I cannot say that, probably. But they're a lot of fun. I wrote them as kind of goofy, funny duo that just are, they make some stupid jokes sometimes, and they're kind of funny. I don't know, I need some comedic relief with them, and yeah, they're there. Okay, next character we have is a returning character, Officer Eric Graham. Although in this movie he's not an officer, he is so he was stabbed in the heart last movie, but we're gonna reveal that he's actually stabbed nearly 2 inches away from his heart, so he survived. I know, you're probably thinking, why? I don't know. I wanted a character played by my friend Fernando, who played Officer Eric Graham, and the character was going to be a detective, and I'm like, well, this is literally just a gay version of Officer Eric Graham, because he was going to be gay. And so I'm like, you know what, let's just bring back Officer Eric Graham. I mean, no one's going to be mad, no one's going to care, like in the sense that, oh, you're bringing back a character from it doesn't, like, stop. Anyway, Officer Eric Graham has a really amazing arc in this movie. He couldn't save his sister from the last movie and was outdone by a teenage guy, and so he's like, in this movie he's on the path to protect Veda, but it's kind of shitty because he doesn't know that Veda was actually one of the killers that worked with Tyler, who stabbed him and killed his sister. It's messed up. I love it. Anyway, he's there to protect Veda, and also to make sure that this killer is 6 feet under. It's also going to be cool because we never really saw Veda and Officer Eric Graham interact, and in this movie they interact a bunch. So boom, clap, the sound of my heart, the beat goes on and on and on. I don't know why I sang that song. Anyway, so those are the characters, that's the story. Now let's talk about something else. Yeah, this is a love letter to, I don't know, something. Scream, obviously. Also, I just wanted to close this chapter of my life. I don't know, I left it open in case there would be a sequel. I wanted there to be a sequel, and then there's going to be a sequel. There's a sequel. Here's the sequel. But this is going to be the last film in the franchise. In my franchise, this is going to be the last of my Scream short films. Just because, I want to move on. I love Scream with all my heart. I'm even wearing a Ghostface shirt right now. You probably couldn't see it the whole video, but I'm wearing it. And I love Scream, but like, I want to move on. I want to move on to original ideas, other ideas, car, and stuff like that. But I want to make this to sort of celebrate my time in college, as well as the people I've met, and sort of move on. Yeah. As far as anything else goes, I can't really think of anything. We're gonna have, I know. We're gonna have a bunch of kills in this one, because it's a sequel. We're supposed to have a bunch of kills in this one, and we will be. Stutter? I don't want to give too much away, because just wait until you see the movie. I mean, you'll probably like it. If you like the first one, you'll probably like it. If you didn't like the first one, you'll probably like this one. If you hate me, then I'm sorry. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the sequel. That's all I have though. Have a nice day and stay safe.